Daniel chapter 3. In Nebuchadnezzar's second year as king, he had dreams that deeply troubled him, causing him to lose sleep. He summoned the magicians, astrologers, sorcerers, and Chaldeans to interpret his dreams, and they assembled before him. The king explained that he had dreamt, but he couldn't recall the dream's content, which troubled him greatly. The Chaldeans responded, asking him to share the dream with them, and they promised to provide the interpretation. However, the king insisted that he couldn't remember the dream and demanded that they both reveal the dream and interpret it. He threatened severe consequences, including death and the destruction of their homes if they failed. But if they succeeded, they would be rewarded with gifts and great honor. They asked him again to share the dream, and they would offer the interpretation. Growing frustrated, the king believed they were stalling for time because he couldn't remember the dream. He issued a decree that they must reveal the dream to him or face punishment, accusing them of trying to deceive him with false and corrupt words. The Chaldeans replied that no one on earth could meet such a request, as it was beyond the abilities of magicians, astrologers, and Chaldeans. They stated that only the gods, who do not reside among humans, could accomplish such a feat. This enraged the king, and he ordered the execution of all the wise men of Babylon, including Daniel and his friends. When Arioch, the captain of the king's guard, came to carry out the decree, Daniel asked him why the king's command was so hasty. Arioch explained the situation to Daniel. Daniel then went to the king and requested time to provide the interpretation. He promised to reveal it to the king. He returned to his house and informed his companions, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, about the situation. Together, they prayed to the God of heaven, seeking his mercy and asking him to reveal the secret. They hoped to avoid sharing the fate of the other wise men of Babylon. That night, God revealed the secret to Daniel in a vision, and Daniel praised the God of heaven. Daniel expressed gratitude to God, recognizing his wisdom and might. He acknowledged that God controls times and seasons, raises and deposes kings, grants wisdom to the wise, and knowledge to the understanding. He revealed hidden and mysterious things, having both knowledge of darkness and dwelling in the light. Daniel thanked and praised God for giving him wisdom and understanding, allowing him to comprehend the king's dream. He approached Arioch, the captain of the king's guard, who had been tasked with executing the wise men of Babylon. Daniel asked him not to execute them and requested to be brought before the king to interpret the dream. Arioch hurriedly presented Daniel before the king and informed him that he had found someone from the captives of Judah who could interpret the dream. The king, addressing Daniel as Belteshazzar, asked if he could indeed reveal and interpret the dream. Daniel responded, acknowledging that neither the magicians, astrologers, magicians, nor soothsayers could interpret such secrets. Instead, he asserted that there was a God in heaven who reveals secrets, and had made known to the king the vision of the future. Daniel explained that the king had a dream about a magnificent and fearsome image. He described the different parts of the image made of gold, silver, brass, iron, and a mixture of iron and clay. He also recounted how a stone, not cut by human hands, struck the image's feet, causing it to crumble and become like chaff, which the wind carried away. The stone grew into a great mountain that filled the earth. Daniel interpreted the dream, explaining that Nebuchadnezzar was the head of gold in the image. Following his reign, another kingdom, represented by silver, would arise but be inferior to Nebuchadnezzar's. Subsequently, a third kingdom, symbolized by brass, would rule over the whole earth. Then, a fourth kingdom, strong as iron, would emerge, breaking and subduing everything. However, this kingdom would eventually be divided, partly strong and partly brittle, just like iron mixed with clay. Regarding the stone not cut by human hands, Daniel revealed that it represented the God of heaven, who would establish an everlasting kingdom that would never be destroyed. This kingdom would replace all the earthly kingdoms, and the stone's impact on the image's feet signified its ultimate triumph. Nebuchadnezzar fell prostrate before Daniel, worshipped him, offered sacrifices and incense to him, and acknowledged that Daniel's God is the God of gods, the Lord of kings, and the revealer of secrets. The king honored Daniel with great gifts, made him ruler over the entire province of Babylon, and appointed him chief of the wise men in Babylon. Daniel requested that Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego be placed in positions of authority in the province of Babylon, while he himself remained at the king's gate.